This man is a brilliant thief, and he is extremely careful about everything he does. He believes in meticulous precision, and every move he makes is planned in advance. His name is Mike. One day, he gets ready, takes his gun, and heads out for an important task. Using a tracker he planted earlier, Mike follows a man named Masood through the city, and when the moment feels right, he blocks his car and steps out with a gun.
Hey, what's the problem? Hands on your head. Get in the trunk, Masood. Where's the phone?
In the car.
What's the pin?
1324.
At the same time, two couriers, Ben and his cousin Ali, arrive at a jewelry store to pick up a diamond shipment. Before they leave, the shop owner pulls Ben aside and tells him the truth. The briefcase they are carrying is filled with fake diamonds, while the real ones, worth $3 million, are hidden inside Ben's sock, and Ali is not told anything about it. They leave the store and start driving, but Mike is already following them from a distance. When they reach a quiet road, Mike suddenly crashes into their car, steps out wearing a mask, and points a gun at them.
Kneel down back of the car.
Just take it and go.
No, Ben, I want the real diamonds in the papers now. Where are they? I slowly move them. Come on, Ben.
My name is Sid, and today we recap the 2026 movie Crime 101. Please consider supporting this channel before we jump into the best part. After escaping, Mike drives straight into a parking garage, and even though he keeps moving like usual, that close call clearly shakes him. He removes his contact lenses, wipes down everything he touched, covers the car, and switches to another vehicle before disappearing again. But then he notices something. There is blood on his mask. And that means there could also be blood left inside the car he just abandoned. At the same time, an insurance broker named Sharon arrives at the house of a wealthy man named Monroe, hoping to secure a major client. She walks through his luxurious home while explaining her company's policies. Inside, he shows her artwork worth millions and expects everything to be covered, while Sharon tries to expand the deal by offering additional protections. When a woman walks in, Sharon assumes she is Monroe's daughter, but quickly realizes she is actually his fiancée, Adrienne, which leaves her slightly embarrassed. She adjusts quickly and starts pitching wedding insurance, but even after all that effort, she leaves unsure if she actually secured the deal. Meanwhile, Detectives Lou and his partner begin investigating the diamond robbery. They question Ben and Ali, pointing out how suspicious the situation looks, especially since the robbery happened on the exact day they were transporting $3 million worth of diamonds. Lou studies the case closely, and instead of seeing a random robbery, he sees a pattern. He believes this is the work of a single, highly careful criminal who targets high-value deliveries, avoids unnecessary violence, disables cameras, and always disappears near the 101 freeway. But his partner warns him not to jump to conclusions, especially since his record cannot handle another mistake. Back at his apartment, Mike pours the stolen diamonds into a cup, but his attention keeps going back to one thing, that single drop of blood. After the robbery, Mike meets a man known as Money, who handles selling stolen goods and laundering the profits. Money brings up their next job in Santa Barbara, but this one has to be done in broad daylight with people around, and Mike immediately feels it is too risky. He makes it clear that this is not his style because he avoids jobs where people can get hurt. Money does not take it seriously, but Mike decides to step away from the plan. That same night, Mike starts researching Sharon, studying her work and her access to high-value clients, because he is already planning something bigger. Meanwhile, Sharon returns to her office, where she updates her team about the Monroe deal. But before she can move forward, her colleague Madeleine steps in and takes over the account. At the same time, Sharon asks about her promotion, but her boss avoids giving a clear answer, making it obvious she is being overlooked again. The company is also dealing with a major insurance claim related to the diamond robbery, and Sharon is asked to help arrange polygraph tests for the people involved. Elsewhere, Money meets a reckless biker named Orman and gives him the Santa Barbara job that Mike refused. Unlike Mike, Orman has no problem using violence, and he accepts the job without hesitation. Later, Mike stops at a red light when a woman named Maya crashes into his car.
You okay?
No, I'm not okay. I'm late, and this is my boss's car.
Take this, and then that should cover the damage. We don't have to worry about the whole insurance.
I appreciate that, but I have to go through the proper channels. Let me get a pen. Tens of dollars in your pocket.
There you go. See you later.
Even though it starts as a simple accident, there is a brief connection between them before they go their separate ways. Later, Sharon meets Detective Lou at a cafe to discuss the diamond robbery, and she suggests running polygraph tests to avoid paying out a huge insurance claim. As they talk, Lou explains that the robbery does not look random to him and instead fits a pattern. Back at the station, he goes through multiple past cases and filters out anything involving violence or DNA evidence.
Remove every robbery that doesn't involve a courier delivery service or an armored vehicle. Remove every robbery where there was some type of violence used in the crime. Lastly, remove every robbery where there was some DNA or evidence left at the scene. Boom. As smart as our guy is, he can't help but form a pattern. He knows when the jewelers are moving merchandise and when, I believe, by hacking their communications. He doesn't use violence. In every single case, he hits along the 101 freeway.
At the same time, Orman carries out the Santa Barbara robbery, but unlike Mike, he is loud and aggressive. He storms in, threatens people, forces an employee to cooperate, and grabs everything he can before escaping. When Lou reviews this case, something feels off. The location and timing match his theory, but the behavior does not. Meanwhile, Mike confronts Money about the job. He demands his share and makes it clear that the plan was his, but Money argues that Mike walked away, so he gave it to someone else. The conversation turns tense, and Mike decides to cut ties with him completely. But Money is not done. Later, he meets Orman again and comes up with a new plan. Instead of doing the risky jobs themselves, they will let Mike do the work and then take everything from him afterward. To make this work, Money gives Orman the name of a hacker connected to Mike and tells him to watch that link closely. Soon after, Mike meets his hacker Devin and gets detailed information about Sharon, including her schedule, her clients, and how she works.
White Mercedes, GLE, please.
It's a cool car.
Life's too short to drive boring cars, right?
Right.
You into cars?
Like the ones with a bit of character.
Would that be old ones or new ones?
Today, an old one.
Today? I need to be in your line of work. That is a beautiful car, though.
Mike.
Sharon.
At the same time, Orman tracks Devin and secretly places a tracker on Mike's car so he can follow his next move. Later, Maya visits Mike's place, and as they spend time together, she starts noticing how little she knows about him. There are no personal details, no history, nothing that explains who he really is. Even so, they grow closer. Later, Mike sees Orman outside his place, watching. He checks his car, finds a tracker, and understands he is being followed. He packs up, leaves his place, and moves to a new location. Meanwhile, Lou and his team find the abandoned getaway car from the diamond robbery inside a parking garage. Inside, they find a small drop of blood. Lou sends it for DNA testing, hoping it leads to the thief. At the same time, Mike meets Sharon again at an art setting, and during their conversation, she explains how she studies wealthy clients like him, their habits and their risks. Mike listens, then tells her the truth.
I have a confession to make. This wasn't a coincidence, us meeting again. I came here to talk to you.
You followed me.
I came here to make you a business proposition.
Who the fuck are you?
I take certain pieces of information from people like you, and those ultra-high value items belonging to the rich guys you mentioned, well, I occasionally make them disappear. But I do it in a way that no one can trace it, no one gets hurt, except maybe the shareholders of companies like yours.
So you're a thief.
Sharon refuses and says she will not be part of anything illegal. Mike does not push her, and before leaving, he tells her that if she ever changes her mind, she should post a photo of her feet on Instagram, and he will find her. Then he walks away. Outside, he sees Orman again. He follows him. Under pressure, Orman admits someone sent him to watch Mike. At the same time, Sharon's situation at work keeps getting worse. Her colleague Madeline successfully closes the Monroe deal, including a massive wedding policy worth millions, while Sharon is pushed further aside. When she confronts her boss about her promotion, he delays it again and makes it clear she is not being prioritized.
You think one of our competitors is just gonna snatch you up? Because you're gonna present them the numbers? I got a number for you, Sharon, 53. It's not a good number for a woman in this business, is it? Because we know what those rich guys are really buying, and it's not 53.
Now, realizing she has no future there, Sharon starts rethinking everything. Meanwhile, Detective Lou receives the DNA results from the blood found in the getaway car. The match leads to a name from a juvenile record, James. Now Lou knows the thief has a past identity. Around the same time, Sharon makes a decision. She contacts Mike and agrees to work with him. She tells him about a high-value opportunity, a private diamond deal connected to Monroe's upcoming wedding at the Beverly Wilshire. A courier will arrive with diamonds worth $5.5 million, and the buyer will bring the same amount in cash, making it a total of $11 million in one place. Mike listens carefully and asks about security. Sharon explains what she knows, but also admits there are gaps.
You're looking at $11 million in that room, of which I want 3.
Mike understands the risk, but the reward is too big to ignore. He agrees. Later, Lou tracks down the address linked to James and visits a woman connected to his past. Her reaction confirms she knows him. At the same time, Mike receives a message from the same woman, warning him that the police are asking questions about him. Now he knows the investigation is closing in. He meets Sharon again and goes over the plan in detail. He gives her a disposable phone and instructs her to destroy the SIM card after every use, making sure there are no traces left behind. Days later, Sharon manages to get detailed security information about the upcoming diamond delivery, but before she can move forward, Orman finds her. He attacks her, threatens her life, and forces her to reveal everything about Mike's plan. Terrified, she gives him all the details. After this, Sharon goes straight to Lou and confesses everything. She tells him about Mike, the plan, and her own involvement. Lou listens carefully and warns her that she is now part of a serious crime, and if this becomes official, she could lose her career and her freedom. To keep her safe, he tells her not to stay at home and offers his place. At the same time, he starts digging deeper into Mike's identity, connecting everything to the name James. Meanwhile, Mike meets Maya and tells her he will be leaving town for work. She senses something is wrong and asks him to be honest about who he really is. Mike avoids giving a clear answer. Maya realizes she does not truly know him, and she cannot trust someone who keeps everything hidden. She ends the relationship and walks away. Mike says nothing and lets her go. On the day of the operation, everything is set in motion. Mike moves into position while the diamond courier arrives as planned.
You don't have a charge that I can borrow, do you? Hands on the steering wheel, Bob.
Please don't hurt my family.
At the same time, Lou steps in and secretly takes the courier's place, going undercover to intercept the deal. Posing as the delivery agent, he meets Mike, and the two of them head toward the Beverly Wilshire together. Both aware that something bigger is about to happen. They talk casually on the way, but both are alert. Once they arrive, they are taken up to the wedding suite, where Monroe and his fiancée Adrienne are waiting.
Antwerp?
That's right.
No issues with customs?
Everyone, hands in your head right now. No one needs to get hurt.
It's a Rob.
Now on your fucking knees.
Don't hurt me.
Now, where's the cash, Monroe?
It's in the safe.
When I say so, you're gonna crawl over to the safe unlocked, but do not open it. Jesus fuck. I'm not fucking ready.
Put it up, fucking go.
Fuck, there it is. Throw his bag up. Go back to where you were. Come on, let's go. Gonna take the diamonds out.
What the fuck is happening? Put the gun down.
I'm a police officer.
Then suddenly, the door bursts open. Orman walks in, disguised as hotel staff, holding a gun. He demands the case. To prove he is serious, he shoots Monroe. Everything spirals out of control. As Orman turns his gun, Mike reacts first and shoots him, killing him before he can fire again. The room falls silent. Lou now has the chance to arrest Mike, but instead he makes a decision. He tells Mike to leave everything and go. Mike does not argue. He leaves the money and the diamonds behind and walks out. After that, Lou turns to Monroe and makes the situation clear. If the truth comes out, Monroe's illegal cash deal will be exposed. Faced with that risk, Monroe and Adrienne agree to stay silent. The entire case is then closed with Orman taking the blame for all the robberies. After everything settles, life seems to move on like nothing happened. Mike disappears without taking any of the money, but this time, he is done with that life. Later, Lou goes back to the evidence room and takes the fake diamonds from the earlier robbery. He then swaps them with the real diamonds from the wedding case. After that, he goes to Sharon. She has already lost her job and everything she worked for. Lou gives her the diamonds, giving her a chance to start over. At the same time, Mike reaches out to Maya. He sends her a message along with an old photo of himself as a child, finally showing her the truth about his past. He asks for another chance. Meanwhile, Lou receives something unexpected. Mike has left behind his vintage car as a gift. Lou takes it for a drive, and for the first time, he allows himself to enjoy the moment. And just like that, both men walk away from everything in their own way. Well, that's the end of this recap. How did you like this movie? Let me know your comments below.